Alright guys, HaskellHD here, and today what I'm going to be bringing you is Learn to Trade episode 4. So again, in this video we are going to be doing converted players again, because this is probably the last converted players episode I will be doing, although I might just show you some deals that I picked up in future episodes, just to show you guys that the method is still working, that all the methods are still working and all that kind of stuff. But in this episode what we're going to be doing is cams, centre mids converted into cams and centre mids converted into CDMs, because they do work really well. So the first what we're going to look at is SimplyFifaForums, because some people use him in cam. I saw a other YouTuber, LFC Luca 10, use this method quite a while ago, and I have used it quite a few times since. And I don't know why people use Fabregas as a cam, because he's obviously quite slow and not the perfect cam. You'd probably prefer someone like Jose Callejon as a cam, and you could use him converted from centre forward into cam to use as trade in, or even into a striker. But anyway, getting on back into this method, you can usually pick up SimplyFifaForums in centre mid for around 9k, and then the conversion card's only about 150 coins. So you could probably convert him, even if you got him in 4 and 2 and 2, you could probably make the most profit. But his price seems to have dropped rapidly lately in cam. I'm not really sure why, and his actual normal price. And we'll use Sergio Busquets in a minute. I'll come to that in a minute, because he will be our other target. But obviously there are a lot of centre mids that can be converted to cams. Obviously there are Yaya Toure in the Premier League. He could be often one, because people like to use him as attacking, but then they also like him because he's a good defender. We can't seem to find any Fabregases here, so in a minute I will go on into the next method, because we're not actually going to end up making that much profit. But we'll just quickly go into 3-5-2, see if there are any. And there's just a load of Sergio Busquets, and that brings me on to the next method. Sergio Busquets is a CDM. Obviously, he's originally a CDM and converted to a centre mid there, so I bid 1,500 coins, because the conversion card is usually about 2k. So if you think him usually is about 1k, then the conversion card being 2k, that's a total of 3k that he costs to convert, and usually you can pick him up for around 2k, and he does in centre mid, he goes for around 4k. So you can pick up a really nice deal on him and often make some profit. We'll just flick through and see if there are any Busquets, but obviously there will be a lot of Fabregases and Xavi, because obviously Busquets has to be converted, but Xavi and Fabregas are originally central midfielders, so we might have a little bit of a problem. But we'll bid 2,400 on this one, although he's not in a formation with a centre mid, which is a must. You obviously want to trade with players that positions correspond with the formation, because if you don't, the players' prices won't be worth as much. You don't want to buy a centre mid for the 4 and 2 and 2 formation, even if you're just going to use him in your team, because he won't get full chemistry, and other people won't want to buy him because he doesn't fit the formation. They'd rather buy someone who does have the formation, even if it's only for a little bit more expensive, unless it's somebody who doesn't really care about chemistry. You do get quite a few of those people on FIFA, but they're in lower divisions. But with Busquets, sorry about that, my voice went a bit weird, but with Busquets you can often get really nice deals, sell him on for quite a bit more, and you can do this with any CDM. You can do it with Alex Song, is another one from Barcelona. Who's another? You can do it with Toure, convert him into a CDM. He often works very well. You can just do it anyway. You've got to find your own deals. Got to find the players for you that work, and I hope that you guys can learn from this. If you have enjoyed this episode, please be sure to leave a like. Check out all the links in the description as always. Follow me on Twitter. Subscribe to me if you are new and if I have helped, and I will see you guys later. Goodbye.